This is a carton of milk. In Uncle Long's eyes, it's the key to breaking out of prison. He unfolds the milk carton, which has a thin waxy film inside. He peels off this film, cleans it, and when he goes out, quietly sticks it on the passcode lock of the cell door. This way, when the guard enters the password, their fingers leave prints on 4 keys. He then removes the film and identifies the 4 keys, which narrows it down to 24 possible combinations. Next comes testing the passwords. But how does he reach the passcode lock? He rolls toilet paper into small balls, squeezing toothpaste into them repeatedly until he has many of these. Then he wraps them in paper, kneading and squeezing them tight to create a large sticky ball. When the guard helps remove his handcuffs, he secretly stuffs it into the small window's lock. This way, even after the guard locks the small window, it can be pushed open easily. He reaches through the small window to try passwords, at most 24 attempts, and he'll get it right quickly. However, to avoid being seen by surveillance, he needs to know the guard's movements in advance. He constantly listens to sounds from outside. Through the sounds of doors opening and closing, he learns that after the guards return him to his cell each day, they go out together to smoke and chat. So every day there's a 7-minute window when no one's in the monitoring room. This is the gap he's looking for. But what happens after he gets out of his cell? Don't underestimate Uncle Long. He knows that all successful prison breaks require 3 elements: understanding the routine, knowing the layout, and having outside help. He's already figured out the routine, and he mapped out the layout early on. When he first arrived at the prison, he observed everything and discovered that this heavily fortified prison had one weak point: the fire station next door. The only problem was that only the solitary confinement cell was close enough to it. So he deliberately caused trouble, severely injuring a bad guy, and got thrown into solitary as punishment. So when he figures out the password and leaves solitary confinement, he finds the ventilation duct connecting to the fire station and crawls through it. While the guards are neglecting their duties, he's already crawled out through the ventilation duct right next to them, arriving at the fire station. He quickly puts on an unused firefighter uniform there. Now he needs the 3rd element: outside help. He had arranged for his partner outside to detonate a small car at this exact time. When there's a fire alarm, the fire truck goes out, and he hides under the fire truck, following it to the scene. He crawls out from under the truck while everyone's running around frantically, and no one notices him getting into his partner's car. Successful escape. By the way, he's not some criminal. He's an escape master employed by the Federal Bureau of Prisons to test the security of maximum security prisons nationwide. His method is to get locked up under a false identity, then escape on his own. Over 7 years, he tested 15 maximum security prisons, and not one could hold him. Until this day, when CIA agents approached him, they said there was a mysterious prison that specifically held bad guys that no country wanted to take in. The CIA wanted to test whether this prison was secure, but they didn't even know where it was located. This job was extremely dangerous, but Uncle Long agreed to it. Soon came the day of his capture. As a precaution, his subordinate injected a GPS tracker into Uncle Long's arm before departure. As soon as he stepped outside, Uncle Long was captured. But he didn't expect these people to be extraordinarily violent. First, they knocked him down with a stun gun. Then, as if they knew in advance, they directly used a knife to dig out the GPS from his arm. Finally, they injected a sedative into his neck, making him pass out. When he woke up, he met a well-dressed warden. Uncle Long was a bit overwhelmed. He said this job was too violent, and he quit. He spoke the withdrawal code word, asking the warden to let him go. Unexpectedly, the warden completely ignored him and still locked him up.